Hi, my name is Daxton Chapman, and this is my website comparison assignment. As I began researching potential graduate schools, I was tasked with comparing two websites. My interest in pharmacy led me to choose the websites of two of the most prestigious pharmacy schools for my comparison. I chose to compare and analyze the websites for the University of North Carolina's Eshelman School of Pharmacy and the website of the University of Maryland School of Pharmacy, because both of these institutions are highly selective and are leaders in pharmaceutical research at the university level. I listed the URLs below in case anyone has any interest in exploring the websites after the presentation. Getting into a pharmacy graduate school is a very competitive process because many students will apply, but only a certain number will get in. Just as it is difficult for students to get into top pharmacy universities, it is difficult for top pharmacy universities to find top students. Because of this, pharmacy schools will do their best to lure students. First impressions go a long way in bringing potential students, and many of these students' first impressions will come from visiting the website. This led me to analyze the use of language, layout, and aesthetics of the two websites that I'm comparing to determine how well they effectively reached a target audience and who that audience was. I decided the first category I would use to determine the effectiveness of the websites would be language, because many of the details that any visitors were looking for would be found in the words written in each of the articles under all the links and tabs. 3 questions I used to help me analyze the effectiveness of the language used by each website was: what type of words did they use? Is this vocabulary better suited for a certain audience? And how does the language set the tone of the websites? Well, both websites used intelligent but not overcomplicated diction, so that readers don't feel as if they are in a scientific journal. This made both websites feel like their main audience was prospective students, because prospective students usually are not going to have the type of vocabulary that allows them to read professional journals effectively. UNC's website used active verbs, especially on the homepage, such as learn, explore, and partner, to aid visitors in finding what exactly information they were looking for, whether it be in the academic section, the research section, or support of the program. Maryland's website used more word choice to get straight to facts rather than engage the visitor like UNC. Maryland used phrases such as established in 1841 and founded, and they used many past tense verbs to create a feeling of grandiose about the school through the website. Both schools had their mottos on the homepage, and I felt like both schools used their mottos to set a tone of forward thinking and as leaders in their field. UNC's motto was innovation, leadership, and collaboration, whereas Maryland's is expertise, influence, impact. Both point towards forward thinking and towards excellence in their field of study. The second category that I used to judge the two websites and compare them was layout. First, I looked at the University of North Carolina by clicking on the different tabs, exploring different links to get a feel for the way the website was laid out. The website for the University of North Carolina was laid out more so that you had to actually click on the tabs and not just hover over them, because no pop-out menu came up. This meant that as you clicked on tabs and went further and further into links, you began to get more concentrated detail, and it sort of focused as you went in. So this reminded me almost of a pyramid, because you start at the base and it's very broad information, and as you go in, it focuses more into what you're looking for. The University of Maryland, however, was laid out in a way that you were able to find what you're looking for quicker because of pop-out menus with the tabs, and made it where it didn't focus as much in terms of having to click on a bunch of different things to find what you wanted. However, the University of North Carolina's layout for the homepage looks more professional because instead of having a scrolling news feed like the University of Maryland, they just have their motto, and then below that they have links to the academics, research, and support. Whereas the University of Maryland had more focus towards news and current events, which made it feel more for alumni or current students than prospective students. My third category was aesthetics. This focused mainly on font, color scheme, and images and their effectiveness. Firstly, UNC and Maryland both used school-themed color schemes to make their websites. However, my issue with UNC's color scheme is that their light-colored background would sometimes have light-colored fonts, whereas on the Maryland website, this never happened. So that Maryland's website was easier to communicate details because the visitors were easily able to read what the website had to say, which wasn't always the case with UNC's website. For aesthetics, on the other hand, images, UNC was more effective. UNC used text overlaid images to effectively guide readers through different links to find the details they're searching for, whereas Maryland's pictures often did not feel as if they went with. I believe both websites were effective at sharing their details and information with prospective students. I believe that the UNC Eshelman School of Pharmacy's website did a much better job at focusing the details in an organized manner. I believe that the University of Maryland's website, however, did a much better job of allowing ease of access to their details. If you have any questions or concerns about the presentation, feel free to contact me at dschap3a@ncsu.edu, and I will respond to you as quickly as possible. Thank you. Have a nice day.